If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and be more, you are a leader. Today, we inaugurate the Know Your Leader show on Success Africa, and we are privileged to have a great man as our first guest. George Wachiuri is the CEO and founder of Optiven Group, an umbrella of many other companies, and he's an author and mentor alongside other accolades. Stay tuned as we talk to him. Hello, sir.
Hey, hello. Good to see you, Mika.
Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wow.
So my first question will be, you are an accomplished leader who has mentored so many people. And indeed, there are some things you abide by. There are things that inspire you to keep on going. What inspires you to kick off your day?
Well, I think, yes, my name is George Wachiuri, and I love mentoring people. I love seeing people succeed. And every day I wake up in the morning, I make some confessions, and I say that today is a great day. I say something good, something excellent, something extraordinary is going to happen. So when I wake up of that bed at 4:30 or 5, I'm already energized to face the God-given day, because these 24 hours are God-given. And I am happy to say that for the last 22 years, God has been faithful, and we have been able to encourage other people, inspire other people. And I'm happy that for the gift of life, life is a gift. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And indeed, leaders like you, leaders from the olden days, we can talk about Alexander the Great, Napoleon Bonaparte. Like, they have those principles they abide by that help them to get to where others have not gotten to. What are those guiding principles that guide you in life?
I think one of the things that guides me as a person, and that really energizes me to keep doing good, and also keep inspiring other people, and keeping encouraging other people, the business people I mentor.
Yes.
The Optiven portfolio, we are now about 400 employees. That what gives you the oomph, the energy, is commitment. That whatever that I do, I am committed to it. And of course, consistency. That every time that you want to focus on a certain vision, a certain goal. Like for us at Optiven, we say that our vision is to be the champions of socio-economic transformation. It needs consistency. If you are supporting communities, maybe through Optiven Foundation, it doesn't need to be an event. It is everyday thing that you are talking about supporting the less fortunate, you are talking about supporting the orphans, you are talking about supporting the widows, consistency, and definitely connections. They say that a leader cannot work in a vacuum.
Yes.
You need to connect with the people like Mikal right here.
Yeah.
You connect with the people, and once you connect with the people, you also establish other opportunities. And of course, there are those now basic ones for any leader: discipline. Because without discipline, you cannot lead. You need a lot of do's and don'ts. Discipline is very key. And of course, we are living in Africa. So the issue of honesty as a leader is key. And for us who are now doing real estate in Africa, it means that honesty is currency. As valuable as a dollar, as valuable as Kenya shillings. Honesty is very key. And of course, whatever that we do, engaging professionalism to ensure that people can trust you, people can engage you, people can say that when George Wachiuri says, this is what it is.
Yes.
They don't need to keep researching. They know George said it is going to be like this, and they believe it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very powerful values you have mentioned: commitment, honesty, which
consistency.
Consistency. And indeed, as a leader running an organization of the stature of Optiven Group, there are a lot of things you face in a day. So how is your average day like?
Wow, very interesting. Like today, I think, sorry, you have been waiting for a few minutes, waiting for me. And every day, every hour counts. When we wake up in the morning, of course, I have to drop my little girl to school.
Wow.
And she gets very excited to be dropped by daddy, because I discovered that even as we build this Optiven empire, there is a family to build. Because once you build a family and you are happy in your family, you can be able to exude the same energy to the organization. So I started the family. And of course, waking up in the morning is prayer. I'm a man of prayer.
Yes.
I read the word of God. I read the Bible. The Bible is more nearer than my phone. So every time I wake up, I pick my Bible and I read a verse. And those verses encourages me. And then I pray. I'm a swimmer, so I go swimming early in the morning.
I'll come for lessons.
And then after that, I come to the office.
Yes.
Here at Optiven, the entire Optiven Group, it's our culture, it's our standard that we must start our day with a devotion.
Wow.
Even this morning, we have a big hall up here, whereby we do our devotion, we pray, and also we share. If there are some people with challenges, we inspire them, we encourage them. And then after that, the day kick starts. By the time it is 4, I now go back home to ensure that I also mark the homework for my little girl, and also to be with my son who is now in the university to ensure that the day was okay. And we keep going. And of course, once in a week, I think on Thursdays, I take a day off to refresh, to reflect, and also to project what is going to come maybe the next couple of months, the next 1 year, the next 3 years. Yes. So Thursday is my resting day. And that's the day I take my for coffee.
Wow. That is just so beautiful.
Yeah.
And you have mentioned the values you abide by: commitment, consistency, honesty, and now your daily routine. And I believe that is partly what has steered Optiven Group to the levels it is today. What do you credit, besides that, what do you credit most the success of Optiven Group to?
Wow, let me say that, of course, Optiven has been extremely successful. We have won many awards, and by God's grace, we have been creating opportunities for other people. Because we say that one of our things that we do as an organization, and that's the role of an entrepreneur, is not to make money. Making money is a very small goal. Yeah. We say that our aim is to create opportunities for other people. We have a goal of creating 30,000 jobs by the year 2030. 30,000 jobs by the year 2030. Yeah. That's why you find that even COVID, we are hiring people. Over COVID, our portfolio went up by 130 plus new members of staff, and we are still interviewing. In fact, when you're going out, you check on the boardroom, we are still interviewing, because the work of an entrepreneur is to create opportunities for our young people, create opportunities for other people, and that one has really gone up very well. And of course, in terms of project, we have expanded, and one of the reasons why I think Optiven is thriving, not even succeeding, thriving, because we are thriving, because of a bigger goal. We are saying by the year 2041, we must be in 20 African countries. The other day we were in Congo. We want to start a project there. And the reason why this company is expanding, I think one of the things that I really attribute is the power of God. We believe in prayer. We believe in that God works in organizations. God works in people. That's number one. The other thing I find is that I call it the positive mental attitude. If you talk to our people, they are very positive. We don't allow negativity at Optiven. We believe that when people are positive, they are able to achieve more because your mind is open. We also say that you cannot really expand without what I call the purpose, our vision, to be the champions of socio-economic transformation. And once we have this particular purpose, all our resources, we align them towards this particular purpose. We also say that we value our people. You know, all these are P's. I call them the 10 P's of success. We value our people. Because Optiven is not George Wachiuri. Optiven is the people behind the camera. And we ensure that we make them as comfortable as possible. If you go to our offices, this one over there, we have this floor, we have another floor on top there, we have another floor on second floor. There, we even put places for this people to rest. Like now we are refurbishing our office. We even put in pool tables. Why? We value people. We are putting chairs. When they get tired, they just go there and play chess. It doesn't matter whether it's work time, and they can be able to relax. You know, and because if you value people, the company will definitely grow. And definitely relationships. You know, we are in real estate. Real estate requires a lot of money. So you need bankers. You need a good relationship with the owners of money. You need a good relationship with the owners of properties. So we build up a lot in terms of relationship. And some of the things that we say that we are doing it, and we are growing. And of course, investing in systems. We say that right now we have expanded. I cannot remember all our customers, but you have a system that can be able to remember all our customers and what they are buying and how are their statements. And investing in systems has helped Optiven to grow. And then finally, we are very, very keen in terms of our values, the culture of the organization. We believe that our culture is a warm culture. It's a culture of honesty. It's a culture of professionalism. It's a culture of innovation. You saw yesterday we were launching the new technology that is used by Google and Facebook and Microsoft, whereby we have an AI, artificial intelligence, that can be able to sell you a property without necessarily coming to Optiven. You can actually buy our property online, giving you all that information. Why? Because our culture is a culture of innovation and creativity. And these are some of the things that has made this organization grow. And we are happy that we are still moving, we are still growing. By the grace of God, this company, even after George Wachiuri, will be able to conquer Africa. Yes.
Very beautiful. You have mentioned something powerful that many organizations struggle with. Valuing the people you work with, because they're the ones who run the organization in your absence, and they're the ones who run it when you're there or not. So that is something that I believe people will learn. And even as you look forward to achieving the goal of conquering Africa by the year 2041, I believe that those challenges the challenges you faced, because the bigger the goal, the bigger the challenges.
Yes.
So what are those challenges that you say that you have faced, and how have you managed to conquer them even as you look into the future?
I think if you look at many businesses in Africa, and including Optiven, one of the major challenges is financial restructuring. You know, when you're doing a big project, it means that you either go through equity funding or through debt. And most of the people who offer equity, who offer money, they come with their own terms and conditions. So, and for us, we tend to prefer debt, because debt, you have freedom to decide, what do I do with this project? Do I do drainage? Do I do solar seat lighting? Do I do underground power? However, debt is very expensive. And that's why you find that many of the African countries, many companies in Africa, they struggle. Because debt is very expensive. I was in DRC Congo, and their debt is 23%. Of course, we must thank the Kenya government and the Central Bank of Kenya, because we were able to limit our debt interest to 13%. You know, and but it's still high, because we have some countries like China, whereby they are able to give their business people, their entrepreneurs, loans at 4%.
Yes.
And that's why we are telling our government and the leaders who want to go to elections in August, that if you are going to create jobs in this particular country, work on loan facilities. Because if all the 1.7 million registered companies in Kenya, according to Central Bank statistics and the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, if they can access money, they can be able to expand their businesses. So that is one of the challenges. Challenge number 2 that we have encountered in Optiven is talent acquisition. Let me tell you, it is not easy to get the right people to buy the Optiven vision. So you have to hire them the way they are. You sharpen them. You train them until they get the real Optiven culture. Of course, it takes time. It requires patience. But I'm happy that with Optiven, we do not have the challenges of losing these talents. There are some people who have worked there for 17 years. Others have worked here for 15 years. We are able to retain these talents. And of course, we another challenge I've seen in this entrepreneurial journey is that our legal system, most of the policies, even parliamentary, policies that they pass, nobody really look at the business perspective. And when they look at the business perspective or entrepreneurs, they are checking about tax. If you go out there and advertise, the next person to visit you will be the tax people. They see money, but they are not there to encourage the business person, an entrepreneur, that you can expand, create these opportunities. People pay as you earn, because it's also tax. They pay more VAT, and then the government can be able to get money. By the time that our systems are going to be friendlier to the business, we shall be able to kill this disease, whereby people say in Kenya or in Africa, many businesses die before 3 years. If you look at Kenya today, they say for the last 5 years, according to Kenya Bureau of Statistics, they say the last 5 years, 2.2 million businesses have closed shop. Maybe they could be more because of COVID. But why are they closing shop? Issues of money, issues of management, issues of not getting support, and we can be able to change this scenario. And for me, when I do mentorship, because I mentor business people, over COVID I was doing virtual mentorship, whereby they come on Zoom. We do 1 hour early in the morning, 6 to 7. We do 1 hour, and I am able to speak to them on how they can be able to overcome these particular challenges. Because that's the only way we can be able to develop this country. We can develop Africa. We can develop ourselves, and we can be proud that our people are getting jobs. Because when I look at our economy, our country today, millions of young people, they're graduates, they're sharp, they're intelligent, lakini hakuna kazi.
Yeah.
The people to create these jobs, it's not government. Government has no jobs. It is
True.
Optiven and others.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very, very true. That is very powerful. And now I'm going to the humanitarianism part,
Yeah.
which you're big on through the foundation.
Yes.
You have done great for the society, and we have looked at the long-term goals of Optiven Group. So in the next 5 years, what are your plans for the community, for the society?
Wow, thank you, Mikal. For Optiven Foundation, it's in my heart. You know, I am a product of society contributing towards my education.
Yes.
I'm a product of society supporting me when I was young, deserving, poor, and I could not access resources. So that's why personally I'm very passionate about Optiven Foundation. And we have been restructuring this foundation for the last couple of months. And we just hired an advisor from the US. It's called Kevin Doe, who is now the special advisor for the foundation. Because when you look at the foundation, we are targeting millions of Kenyan people who don't access education. I mean, people who go to school, they are not able to get A, B plus, C plus. We are targeting people who get E, we call it excellence. People who get D, we call it education. People who get D plus. And we are looking at this population because it's a huge population. And we are looking for finances and resources to support them to go to TVET.
Yes.
Currently, we are talking with some technical vocational colleges to ensure that we are able to pick the most deserving, those who are doing carpentry, they are doing masonry, and then we support them. And since now we also have a construction wing, when they leave the TVET, we can absorb them. We have some here that we have already working with in our sites. And for the next 5 years, we are targeting to support 5,000 of those, between 5,000 and 10,000. And I'm happy that we have been talking to people. Of course, the people we talk to is the board of directors for Optiven. They have been able to give us 5% of the money we generate. We have gotten some partners who are interested to support this particular project. In the next 5 years, that's the focus. Because I know everybody else is focusing on the blind students, you know, wings to fly and all those others. But for us, we are targeting that particular category. We are also targeting to support people with the cerebral palsy. Right now, we have been distributing wheelchairs across 47 counties. And we are also telling people, when you have a child with a cerebral palsy, usiwafishe, don't hide them. These are human beings. They have their own talents. And of course, we have one of them who is in our social media. He works from home. We pay him every month. And he can type. He can type and he can, he's called Simiu. He can do a very good job. And that's our focus. We're also focusing on sustainability of our planet, the Go Green Initiative. Last year we had the award ceremony at New Stanley, whereby we are rewarding people who recycle, the green economy, people who do circular economy, people who advocate buildings that are friendly with the environment, you know, telling people you can gutter your water, you can recycle your water, you can plant trees, you can plant fruits. And that project, we want to make it bigger so that we are able to move to the next level. And then finally, we have a big program for girls, especially in arid and semi-arid areas. And we support them with the sanitary wear so that they're able to attend the school. And we are happy that the foundation is moving. We don't do it as an event. We have event staff who work permanently in the foundation. And I can tell you the next 5-10 years, this foundation is going to be the biggest in Kenya.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are someone who has benefited from defeat.
Yes.
Starting business is not easy. Running business is not easy. When you were having a conversation earlier, you mentioned to me about a project that failed terribly, but you rose from that. So to that young person who is looking forward to starting a business and they're perhaps afraid of starting it, they are still facing the fear of the unknown. What would be your word of advice to them?
Wow, yeah, as you said, Mikal, that starting a business is not easy.
Yes.
You know, personally, those who have read my book, I have authored a book called Soaring Like an Eagle. You know, I started 15 businesses that did not pick. You know, they just failed. And I understand what failure means in terms of business. However, I want to encourage the young people out there or people who want to start business that if you have an idea of starting a business, just do it. And when you're starting this business, don't just look at the capital or the money. Look at the capital God has given you. God has given you the capital called the thinking capital. You can be able to generate ideas and shortlist those ideas and implement an idea that is so good that you are passionate about. In fact, I define passion as what you can do for free. What you can do for free, that's passion.
Yes.
And then you do it. Maybe you may not be able to do it alone. You can get your friend or two friends and you can do it together. But of course, you verify how those friends are so that don't be like George. The other day we did a partnership that failed. I was telling you that we were able to refund people money because the partner disappeared with the money. So we were able to refund the people money, and it's very painful and very difficult. And of course, I tell people that if you have that idea of starting a business, don't wait for tomorrow. Start now. Start small and start now and then keep going, because business is like a baby.
Yes.
You start to grow, you start to walk, you start to run. So up to now, we are 22 years. We are now running. We are actually running. But when we are starting, we are crawling. We were struggling, no finances, no talents, no systems. Nobody knew us, But right now, you keep now growing. And that way, you can be able to start this business. Something else I also tell people that look at what God has given you in terms of abilities. I talked about the thinking capacity. Talk about your energy. Energy, I call it capital. Energy is capital. Yani nguvu ni capital, not necessarily money. You can be able to use that energy either to deliver items, either to talk to people, either to present to people, either to sell on behalf. I remember one time I was an agent. I did not have capital, but I was selling people's property. So I used my mouth as capital to talk to people and then get money. And there are other things that God has given us. The emotional stability. At least you are normal.
Yeah.
You don't have mental issues. You can be able to do your own things. And there are many other things that God has given us. Ability to create relationships. You can create friends. And out of those particular friends, you can be able to do business with those particular friends. And there are many things that we have, even before you go to the financial need. I tell people that you only need to start, and you only need to believe that you can. Somebody told me that if you believe you can, you are halfway done.
Yeah.
And our people, I know they are able, they can. You have to start something. And not everybody else who is wired for business. There are people who are wired for career. Yeah. So if you're working for that particular employer, don't do side hustle. Do it so well that when you're not in that particular office, they know that Mikal is not here.
Yes.
Your absence can speak, and that's why I tell people, because I know many people want to be employment and do small business. I have tried it. Maybe that's why I failed.
Thank you so much for those great insights. And you have mentioned your books. You mentioned Soaring Like an Eagle, and we also have here Unleash Your Full Potential, which have great lessons for people in society.
Yes.
What would you say that are the greatest testimonies you have gotten from readers from this book?
Well, I think the first one, the Soaring Like an Eagle, when people read this book, they shed tears.
Wow.
They say, hey, am I talking about George Wachiuri, the one I know, or is somebody else? You read this book, especially you realize the power of our parents, the power of women. My late mother, who passed on 1.5 years ago, she is a true testimony that regardless whether you are from a single mother, these ladies are so dedicated. We were 8 of us, and our mother, we could see our mother cry. So when people read this book, they get a spark, they get inspired. And there are many people who have started businesses after reading this particular book, because they say, if George is here today, I can tell you I am better. I can be better than George Wachiuri.
Yes.
It's a book that you must read. Then I said, all the money from this book goes to the foundation.
Wow.
Last year we sold a lot of books, from, especially this one. And that money is educating other people. Why? I'm a product of community wanachanga pesa. So I want now this money to educate other people that are deserving. And it's a must-read book. It's available on Amazon. You can call us and we can deliver wherever you are. 0790 300 300. Just say, hey, George, I want a book.
Yes.
We can be able to deliver it, 1,000 shillings. The other one, I use it to mentor business people. It's called Unleash Your Full Potential. How to start small and build an empire.
Yeah.
This book is not referral from Europe, neither US, neither South Africa. It's references from Optiven. What we have done, what has worked for us, and people have read this book. I have testimonies. People say, George, when I read this particular book, my businesses went up. I have a young man who is 24 years old. After reading this book, he established his company. Now he has hired 20 more people.
Wow.
Just by reading this particular book. So if you are there and you want, can I get a local book that I can read that is friendly to the local environment? This is the book, 1,500. I don't sell it as a book. I sell it as a secret. When I wrote it, someone told me, George, are you crazy? You're giving all your secrets in Optiven. I say there's no secret. If all of us can grow, and you have many companies like Optiven, the country will be wealthier. Africa will be wealthier. And that's my belief, that there's no point of hiding secrets. Give people secrets. Let them prosper. When we prosper and Kenya prospers, we all prosper. So that when we are driving, we are all driving good cars. The other day I went to a town called Kinshasa. I hope they're not watching this thing. And I could see community that need expansion.
Yeah.
Because right from the road, you can see the country need to do more. So, and for me, when I look at Africa, we can all prosper. If we open up our hearts. Let me tell you a thing.
Yeah.
In Africa, we have lost billionaires. But nobody knows their hearts. I don't want to mention names. Wachuri, maybe they could have written a book. They tell us, if you fail, this is how you behave. If you want to start a business, these are the secrets. That's why for me, I'm not doing my fourth book. I'm doing a book on a partnership I did that failed. You know, I'll call you in June. So that other people don't do partnership. They know why did George fail and incurred huge losses. Huge losses. I don't want anybody else to fail. That book is coming up in June. It's going to be amazing. I'm also doing another book called The Optiven Way to tell people how we do things here so that we expand the business community in Kenya and Africa.
We are looking forward to the great books because we know there is so much to learn from there.
Fantastic.
And I don't know whether you're reading my mind. I was to ask about Africa, and Optiven Foundation has proven that Africa does not need charity from the West for it to do things. What contribution do you wish upon other organizations in terms of empowering Africa?
I think one of the things, I know that Africans are talented.
Yes.
They have sharp mind, bright minds, and Africans can do stuff. And I would like to encourage entrepreneurs out there, career people out there, business people out there, that we can be able to do better for Africa if we care about other people. If we care about the less fortunate, if we care about other people in our communities. And then we also discover that you cannot own the whole world. And I always encourage people and companies out there in Africa, if you are running a company and the company is profitable, it should be obvious you should have a foundation, a charity wing. They say when you give, more doors are opened. The reason why you see Optiven is so successful, not because George is a professor in business. No, I'm not. It's because of the power of philanthropy, the power of giving. When you give, every time we have given, we have seen more doors open. Right now, we are doing a house for a lady called Leshao. Wow. She has cancer, she is HIV, she has a baby with a cerebral palsy, and the community neglected her. We picked her up, gave her a piece of land at one of the projects called the Garden of Joy. Now we are doing a house for her. Immediately we signed a contract. Things are opening up. Wow. Customers are coming from Europe, from America, from Kenya, buying our properties in Nanyuki, in Kitengela, in Monanga, because there is power in giving. That's why we find that people in Europe, they cannot stop giving, and they give to Africa. Why can't we, African communities, develop a system that is automatically gives to our people? Yes. And that's what Optiven you have done. By the way, I don't need to call foundation to give. It is obvious, 5% of the money we make, it goes to the foundation. And guess what? 3 years ago, KRA came to audit our foundation because we were wondering, where is this money going? When they went to our projects, in fact, they visited Mwigi North, a place called Kakuluro, and they saw the houses we are building for shoshos that are they are orphaned, they don't have anybody to support them. They went to Kisumu, they saw what we are doing to the old people. They went to Kayole, whereby it's a home of HIV kids, and the way we are supporting that home. They went to Soweto. We got a tax exemption on the foundation. So if you donate to the foundation, we give you a certificate. You don't pay tax. Because they said, wait a minute, is this a Kenyan foundation? You are basically doing what the government should be doing. And I want to encourage all companies in Africa, establish a foundation. Let me tell you, this money will never be enough. Commit 10%, commit 5% to the communities. If we can help our own, remember, these communities, Mikal, they are our customers. Yeah. If communities are all doing well, they will come to Optiven and buy houses, buy properties. That's the secret of success. The secret of success is giving. Allow me to quote my mentor, whom God has even given him more years because of giving, Manu Shadaria. Can you imagine? The man is 93 years, yet he is an advisor to the president.
Wow.
The power of giving. Vimal Shah. They are giving left, right, and center. Dr. James Mwangi of Equity Bank, wings to fly. And now Optiven, of course, your very own George Wachiuri.
Wow. Indeed, there's power in giving.
Yes.
You get more back.
Yes.
And now, on to my last question. Yeah. Considering generational changes, where do you see Africa in the next 15 years in terms of both personal development and corporate leadership?
Wow. When you look at Africa, Africa is youthful. You know, we have a lot of huge population that are young people. Almost 70% of our people are young people. And these young people, they have now gone to school. They have now got, most of them have got a mentorship. And by the grace of God now, the wars in Africa have reduced, which is a very good thing. So looking at the next 15, 20 years, we are going to see more well-defined corporate leaders that are there to inspire, not to dictate. Remember, some years back, we had dictatorial kind of leadership. And John Maxwell said, a good leader is the one who who manage other leaders and develop resources. However, he said the greatest leaders, they are those who develop resources.
Yes, and other leaders.
No, they develop other leaders,
yes,
and they manage resources. They develop other leaders and they manage resources. So we are going to see a change, that the leadership that is going to come, they are going to develop other leaders. Remember some years back, leaders were developing followers, which is a very dangerous thing. A leader should develop other leaders and then manage these resources. That is what we are going to see in Africa. Why? This population is educated. This population is exposed because of maybe the internet and the global opening, and we can only see a better Africa, a better corporate leadership, and I can't wait to see Africa the next 15 years, because right now we are going borderless. Like the mentorship I do every week. The last cohort 2, we had people from Rwanda. Mm-hmm. We have 5 Nigerians.
Wow. We
have 2 people from Liberia. That means the borders have collapsed. You can imagine, we are now talking about leadership from Kenya, but impacting people in other countries. No wonder Africa, the next 15, 20 years, leadership is going to be better, more informing, more inspiring, and the people who takes care of not only the people, but also the environment in terms of sustainability.
Thank you so much. Your parting shot, maybe that message you'd like to share with the audience as we wind up.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for listening. And we were here at Optiven headquarters, Absa Plaza, right here in Kenya, the capital city of Kenya, Nairobi. Mm-hmm. And we are happy that you are up there tapping some of the wisdom that we have gained for the last 22 years. For me, is to encourage you that wherever you are, you can make it. You only need to believe. Once you believe, you are able to make it. You only need to keep the focus, keep your eyes on the horizon, regardless of the challenges that are happening. Challenges come to strengthen us. They say that when you fall down, rise up. When you fall again, rise up again. When you fall again, rise up again 7 times. And that's what Optiven you have done. For 15 businesses that collapsed did not stop me to start the 16th one, which is Optiven, that is now the leader in real estate, not only in Kenya, but across East Africa. So if you're there, get inspired, get encouraged, and do not procrastinate. Whatever the idea you have now, please go out there, implement it, research on it, go for it, because you have the potential, you have the ability, you have what it takes. Let me tell you, the people who succeed, the people who control the world, and they say the world is controlled by 5% of the population. These 5%, they have a particular character, a particular behavior, a particular habit. You only need to copy them. They say success can be copied. Study these people. How do they behave? How do they spend their day? Once you replicate that, you're going to be very successful. Let's build Africa together. I love Africa.
Wow. Thank you so much. I don't really understand how you managed to stay put after failing 15 times. You are indeed
God's grace.
God grace.
God's
Yeah,
grace.
you are indeed a great leader, and we are so honored to have you as our first guest on Know Your Leader Show. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you.
This has been the Know Your Leader Show, our inaugural segment, and we have been graced to have the presence of Sir George Wachiuri. Thank you so much for tuning in. Look out for more stories from great leaders across Africa. Thank you so much.